Picture this. You're in the middle of nowhere, no cell signal, your flight just got diverted, your maps will not load, and your phone has 22% battery. Now, which phone do you actually want in your pocket? That question is going to frame everything I say in this video, because the iPhone 18 Pro Max versus the Galaxy S26 Ultra is not just a specs battle in 2026. It is a question of what you actually need a phone to do when it really matters. And there is one feature on the iPhone 18 Pro Max that Samsung has no answer to. I will show you exactly what I mean, but let me walk you through the whole picture first. This is the iPhone 18 Pro Max versus the Galaxy S26 Ultra, the two biggest flagship phones of 2026. One is already in people's hands, the other ships in September, and I want to give you the clearest, most honest breakdown of what actually separates these two. So when that pre-order button goes live, you are not guessing. I have been deep in the leaks, the supply chain reports, the benchmark data, and the real-world specs. And there is one result, one specific area where the iPhone does something the Galaxy S26 Ultra genuinely cannot replicate. Not a software trick, not a marketing line, hardware. We will get there. Let us start with what is under the hood, because this is where 2026 gets genuinely interesting. The Galaxy S26 Ultra runs on the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5, built on a 3nm process. It is fast. Really fast, one of the better performing chips in any phone right now, but the iPhone 18 Pro Max is coming with the A20 Pro, and the A20 Pro is built on TSMC's 2nm process, Apple's first 2nm mobile chip ever. Here is why that matters. Smaller nanometers mean more transistors in the same physical space. More transistors means more power, using less energy. Reports are pointing to a 15% performance boost and up to 30% better power efficiency over the A19 Pro. That is not incremental. That is the kind of jump you actually feel in the apps, in the AI processing, in how long your phone lasts through a full day. And speaking of AI, the iPhone 18 Pro Max launches with iOS 27, which reportedly lets you download AI extensions directly into Siri, ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, all integrated, all from a dedicated section in the App Store. Apple is building a phone where the AI adapts to how you work, not the other way around. Samsung has Galaxy AI. It is good, but it is Samsung's version of good. The iPhone 18 Pro Max is giving you a choice. Chip round, iPhone, not even close. Okay, this is the one. The Galaxy S26 Ultra has a 200 megapixel main sensor, a quad camera system, long-reach telephoto. It is a photography powerhouse. I am not going to pretend otherwise, but the iPhone 18 Pro Max is doing something that no iPhone has ever done before. Variable aperture on the main camera. Let me explain what that actually means, because the spec sheet makes it sound boring, and it is anything but. A variable aperture lens can physically open and close like your eye does when you walk from a dark room into sunlight. This gives you real hardware control over depth of field and how much light hits the sensor. Right now, every smartphone camera, including the S26 Ultra, uses a fixed aperture. The software compensates, it guesses, it processes. The iPhone 18 Pro Max will not have to guess, it will physically adjust. That is the difference between a simulation and the real thing. In low light portraits, in bright outdoor scenes where you are fighting over exposure, in video where you actually want to control your depth of field like a real camera, the variable aperture changes all of that. Samsung counters with zoom and AI-assisted shooting modes. Both are genuinely impressive, but one of them is software making the best of fixed hardware. The other is new hardware entirely. Camera round, iPhone. by a lens battery. The iPhone 18 Pro Max is expected to carry a 5,100 to 5,200 milliamp hour battery. For context, the iPhone 17 Pro Max launched with 4,685 milliamp hours. That difference, combined with the A20 Pro's 30% better efficiency, we could be looking at 40 hours on a single charge. 40. The Galaxy S26 Ultra has a 5,000 milliamp hour battery with 60-watt wired charging. That charging speed is still ahead of Apple. Samsung wins on charging. Apple wins on stamina. Choose your priority. But here is the thing I keep coming back to. The one feature that I think changes the whole conversation in 2026. Satellite connectivity. The iPhone 18 Pro is expected to offer major upgrades to satellite connectivity, turning what has been an emergency-only feature into something you can actually use day to day. Not just SOS messages, real satellite internet, real connectivity in places where no cell tower exists. And think about that for a second. We have all had that moment. Hiking, traveling in a dead zone where the phone becomes a paperweight. The iPhone 18 Pro Max is trying to make that moment disappear. The Galaxy S26 Ultra does not have this. And I do not say that as a gotcha. I say it because this is the feature that in 3 years we are going to look back at as the moment phones became genuinely different from each other, not in megapixels, not in benchmark scores, in actual usefulness. When your life depends on a signal. That is not a niche feature anymore. That is infrastructure design. Both phones are staying close to their predecessors. The Galaxy S26 Ultra keeps the flat edge all business look, lighter than the iPhone, around 214 grams, thinner, and it still has the S Pen. If you use a stylus genuinely regularly, the S26 Ultra is still the only option in this comparison. That is not changing. The iPhone 18 Pro Max is coming in at around 6.9 inches, slightly heavier, possibly over 240 grams with the larger battery. The new color is dark cherry, a deep wine red with a hint of purple. And yes, I am already thinking about the case situation. Display. Both phones are pushing serious brightness numbers. The Galaxy S26 Ultra hits 2,600 nits peak. The iPhone 18 Pro Max is expected to go higher, pushing past that significantly. But the Galaxy S26 Ultra has one party trick Apple does not, a privacy display. Narrower pixels that make the screen appear dark from the side, protecting what is on your screen from prying eyes in public. It is the kind of feature you roll your eyes at until you are on a plane next to someone squinting at your banking app, and then you want it immediately. Display round, tie, different strengths, different use cases. Privacy display is real. Brightness advantage is Apple's. Price, the Galaxy S26 Ultra is available right now, starting at $1,049. The iPhone 18 Pro Max is expected to start around $1,199 to $1,299, consistent with the iPhone 17 Pro Max pricing. Apple is reportedly not raising prices this year, absorbing added component costs to hold market share, which, if true, is genuinely surprising. So here's the real question. Who should buy which phone? Buy the Galaxy S26 Ultra. If you want your phone right now, not in September, you use a stylus and need the S Pen. You want faster wired charging. You are deep in the Samsung ecosystem and have no plans to leave. Buy the iPhone 18 Pro Max if you are on a multi-year upgrade cycle and want the phone that ages well. You care about camera, hardware, not just camera software. You travel, hike, or go anywhere that loses signal, and you want the chip that will still be relevant in 2028. The satellite connectivity alone, for the right person, justifies the wait. That is not a line I say lightly. Here is where I land. The Galaxy S26 Ultra is a great phone. It is available, it is refined, and if you need a phone today, but it will not disappoint you, But the iPhone 18 Pro Max is shaping up to be something different. The A20 Pro on 2 nanometers is a generational chip. The variable aperture camera is a genuine hardware first for iPhones. The battery is the largest Apple has ever put in a phone. And the satellite connectivity is, quietly, once you see, the most important feature in any smartphone released this year. My recommendation, if you can wait until September, wait. If you absolutely cannot wait, get the S26 Ultra and do not look back. But if you are a photographer, a traveler, or someone who just wants the phone that is going to hold up for the next 3 years, the iPhone 18 Pro Max is not even a close call. The question I will leave you with is this: when was the last time you lost signal at exactly the wrong moment? Because Apple is betting that answer changes what you buy next. Let me know in the comments, are you waiting for September, or did the S26 Ultra already win you over? And if you want to see how the iPhone 18 Pro Max stacks up against the iPhone 17 Pro Max, whether the upgrade actually makes sense if you are already on Apple, that breakdown is next.